Guys, I don't even know how I'm feeling about this video, but I'm gonna shoot it. Guys, my mom finally joined the fight to fight child marriage, and she did her part. This video is not the best, but I still appreciate and thank my mom for taking the courage to do this. It's not easy. I know it's painful to talk as a victim, but I'm guessing the person who contribute to the victim pain must be harder for them, especially as a mother. Even though she didn't do it as in purpose, this is her culture. She didn't see it as bad as she's seeing it now. It still must be so painful for my mom to just do this video. And since I started talking about child marriage until now is 4 years. I never really even have the courage to ask my mom to do video. Simply because I don't want my mom to think that I am doing this to embarrass her or to tell her that she didn't raise me well or da-da-da. People, I just don't even know how I'm gonna post this video, but I'm gonna post it today no matter what. People, my mom did her part of child marriage finally, and she's wearing the same dress. It's just the way they sew it that is a bit different. Hers is gram buba, and mine is this bifal neck cut. I made these dresses when I was in Tuba last year, when I was in Gambia last year, and I went to Tuba. I made two, one for her and one for me. And she decided to wear hers in the video, so I'm glad, and I'm wearing mine. I never planned it like that. She just chose to wear hers. So when I saw it, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna wear mine. People, I look like my mom. My mom has 7 children, and the first one passed away. May her soul rest in peace and continue in peace. I name her after my daughter, my one and only daughter. People, I have a good and sad story about my older sister, which I'm gonna do a couple of videos about her in the future for people to learn from. But that's not today. People, I love my culture. It's a mixed feeling with my culture. My culture is amazing. It has so many good things, but it has so many things that is the reason why the culture is the way it is, and the country and everything is the way it is. Like I always said, Africa, until we change certain things, the way we bring up our children, the way we look at women, and the dishonesty in polygamy, until we change all of this, focus on educating children, until we do all this, Africa will never develop. My fight for child marriage, I know I've not been taking it so serious because it's that damaging that I didn't even know how to take it serious from the beginning. I keep doing comedies with it, and I keep talking about current affairs and other things. Anything that we can learn from, I'm just like, because it's that damaging and it's that painful that I learn to condemn. I learn to condemn everything, including myself. But I still have to thank God that I have the courage to look at the camera and talk. And I'm gonna learn to condemn more. I just have to know how to condemn better. Especially this child marriage condemn. People, this is just the beginning for my fight with child marriage. There's so many times that I want to give up though. Don't see me talking about it like this all these years. I want to give up so many times. Because our culture, our community, why no one is willing to talk? Especially the mothers. Which is why I respect my mom for this video of her. Is that When you talk, people will use it to insult you for years. They don't care that you are a victim or not. It's none of their business. They're just looking for something to use to insult you, which is why there's millions of other victims there, and they will never come out and talk. Millions of other mothers there, and they will never come out and talk. I started asking my mom to talk about this a few months ago. When I was there last year, I told her that I was gonna get her in my channel one day to talk about child marriage. And we did a video, but her face was not showing, but it was Wolof. We were talking about marriages and stuff like this. It's still there. The video is over a year old. When you scroll down, you'll see it. But I started asking her a few months ago to talk about child marriages in a video to confirm that these child marriages I'm talking about, I'm not just talking about for whatever. They are real and they're very painful. She agreed. She did 2 other videos before, but they weren't great, and the camera wasn't great, and she was too nervous and stuff. This time you can still see she's nervous, but she do talk about it. She didn't talk about it like we will talk about it in the future, hopefully, as she get better at looking at the camera. But right now, she do condemn it. She didn't talk about how long I get married, how many times I get married, and what age I was. No. Everything is too emotional and too deep and painful for any mother to talk about, even if that was me. So I don't want to force her or choke her like to talk about everything right now in this first video. But she do confirm it. Although the video is Wolof, but she do confirm it. That I've been through it and it's not good. And there's a victim right there sitting next to her who also is going through child marriage right now. This fuller little girl who is about 17 years old, and she's pregnant, 16, 17. She's pregnant with her second child. She had the first child who is about 2 years old, and the pregnancy, you will see it in the video. I don't want to show her face in the video. Right now, she's my first victim of child marriage. She's in my mom's house right now. The man was beating her up all the time. The man who is so older than her, she says he doesn't know the man's age. But the man, his mates, they have children that is older than her, she said. And I understand exactly when she says she doesn't know the man's age, because when my child married too, I didn't know the man's age, the first man that married me. But I can see how old he was. You can see his wrinkles and his gray hair. And the other ones that married me after that too were old, but they're not as old as the first one. But African men also, and just African old people in general, most of the time they don't know their age, especially in Gambia. They don't have birth certificate when they were born. So even if they have an ID card, most of the time it's not genuine age number. And they definitely won't tell you their age when they marry you, baby. They're not going to tell you their age. People, this child marriage is so embarrassing to talk about and shameful. Because not just our culture will damage you, and then they despise you, look at you like a dirt and insult you for what they did to you. But it's also just the same of talking like this in front of all your mates and friends and families. When people going through certain things that is worse than this, but they don't have the courage to talk. And you know that they're going to look at you like you're stupid for talking, telling the world your secret. Or you don't know how to bear pain, that's why you're talking. Everyone have pain. It's not like that, people. We all have pain. And we all know how to bear pain. No matter how much I tell you about my child marriage pain, I still don't tell you all. And I still have other pain that I don't even tell you. But why I tell you the child marriage pain and what the child marriage pain lead me to is to stop innocent children like this girl that is sitting here from continuing to face this pain. This is why. And why I don't like to talk about the child marriage in a serious way is that I cannot talk about it in a serious way without crying. But I'm hoping and praying that there will be a day I will talk about it in a serious way without crying. Because this crying is not going to get me anywhere. It's not going to stop it. The only thing that will stop it is you guys. All of us, especially black people. To stand and condemn this. parents that are doing this to their children, it's not because they don't love them, like this girl said in the video, I think my mom don't love me. She didn't even say I think, she said clearly that my mom don't love me. And this is exactly why I'll never stop talking about child marriage. It can make the child to doubt the love their mom have for them. People, these child marriages are beyond damaging. We can handle lack of going to school growing up, like me and this little girl in the video. You grow up and not have any school, especially as a little girl in Africa. That's too many. We're used to that. We can manage that. You can go and sell some onions, sell some salt, sell some bananas, some oranges, or you learn how to braid here. You manage. And you gradually might have someone who marry you, who is going to be good if you are lucky. If you are lucky. Because majority of the men also, even though they're not going to put you to school, when you don't go to school, they disrespect you more for your lack of education that they did to you and continuing to do it to their own children. They look at you like a housemaid who just cook and clean. They can even beat you up whenever they want to. Your voice cannot be heard because you're uneducated and you have no career. They are the one providing. You just shut up and cook and give birth. We can still manage that and fight as an African woman. If you love the man, and the man is somebody that you choose, you're happy with, and you're mature enough for the man. But when you have to take all of that, and the man is somebody you don't even love, you don't even know him, you don't even want him, he's just going to talk to your parents, talk to your people, and they force you into it. Or they send you out because they can't keep you. Or just because. Sorry, people.
Salam alaikum. Hello, maa ngi leen di gërëm di leen sant yéen fan si Ami Jobe bi. Léegi nag Ami Jobe li ngeen wax ci affaire yi child marriage bi loolu dégg la moom sax loolu la isaatee moo ko waral sëy na sëy yu baree bari ci benn problème bi ba léegi la xelam muy mag si di ko gis di jéem a jóg ak yéen it li ngeen koy jàppale. Léegi ñun ñii xale bi yu nii ma amee it mu ngi ci benn problème boobu teel a sëy bugul ki muy sëyal dóor na ko yaramam yëpp yàqu muy taxawaalu xamul fu mu ne mu ñëw teer fii ma amee ko fi jàppe yàlla ak moom ak biir bi ak doom ji li ñu yàlla way ñu amee xam ne fukki fan ami su ko yëg waaye bi mu ko yëgee mu ngi ciy jàppalam man mu ngi nii child marriage boobu li ngeen ci wax dëgg la léegi ñun ñëpp ràññee ko nañ ci d'accord nañu yéen ne xale warta teel a sëy loolu dëgg la waaye léegi tamit affaire tabac bi ngi li ngeen ci wax loolu dëgg la seede naa ci man loolu laay liggéey juróom fukki at ak dara maa ngi liggéey wasin xam naa ko ñi nga xam ne dañ dem leen nii seen wasin ak ñu demul leen seen wasin nekkul benn ba pare itamit lémi lel bi dañ koy def ba ñetti façon que la gën a bonle moo la gën a bon li jur loolu dëgg la seede nañ ci lu bari ba pare itamit affaire yi tabac bi li ngeen ci wax dëgg la loolu seede naa ko ci ñaata lu mat 20 nit ñàkk nañ seen doom façon yooyu yi biir yu yàqu matut juróom yi biir yu yàqu biir yu mat waaye tabac bi dañ ci boole gaz bi boole ci essence bi léegi li lay falaat loo yow mag miir loola wëcc loola daw loola biir ñeent yi manta jiir doom bu ne ci biir moo tax su biir bi ndawee daf dee yàqu soo ko miinu teewoon biir bi su magee miinoo ko woon nit ñi dugal la ci dafay rey xale bi li ngeen ci wax noonu dëgg la ba pare dafay jax kañ sax seen bititu njur wi ba pare daf lay jox drogue li nga war a lekk danga naan ko danga ko xaaj jëndee ko tabac bi doo am jàmm waxtu bu jotee defoo ko doo am jàmm ñenn ñi ñetti yoon ci biir suba ba ca ngoon ñenn ñi ngoon gune ñenn ñi suba gune loolu leen ñi ci jàppale ñu ba ko rek ñu ngi leen di sant di leen gërëm di sant Ami Jobe di ko gërëm yàgg na di xeex lii yàgg na di ko wax holiday bu mu ñëw mu ngi ko fii wax loolu dëgg la ñu ngi leen di sant ñu ngi leen di gërëm foo taayam nag meroon naa ndax ñun xam nga xale boo xam ne moo war a yëg sax takkam léegi la loolu xew ñun doo dee yëg ba si takk sax doo tuuti may nañ la diw rek jeex na yenn yi sax ba kooka ñëwee nga koy gis moo tax ñun ku ñu wax ne loolu baaxul danañ ci mer waaye gannaaw gi ne biñ gisee ngeen di naxanteeg ñun di ñu wan li ciy xew di ñu wan li ciy xew bañ gis ko ci lañ sëg a yëg ñun ca lañ nexoon te ñun yëguñ woon ne loolu neexul loolu yëpp yàlla ak Ami Jóob lim ñuy wax nii at yi yëpp muñ na ci nag lu ne su ko waxaan may xul ne dafa yab mag ñi ñun mag ñi xamuñ yab mag ñi ndeke du yab mag ñi wax ne dëgg de li mu wax nii dëgg la fa neexutoon a gis ndax gisuñ ko woon xamuñ ko léegi gis nañ ko xam nañ ko ñu ngi leen di sant ñu ngi leen di gërëm yal na leen yàlla yokk yàlla jàppale leen sàmm leen aar leen alhamdulilah. salaamaaleykum maa ngi leen di gërëm maa ngi leen di sant ci seen liggéey bi ngeen nekk nii yàlla na ko yàlla yokk li Ami Jóob li mu wax noonu ñun wàllam moo ñu tax a toog fii Ami Jóob li mu wax noonu dégg la teel a sëy boobu moom la def moo tax mu dugg ci problème yu baree bari man mii ndeyam it loolu laa fekk loolu laa def moo tax man tam ma dugg ci problème yu baree bari moo ko waralal sëy na sëy yu baree bari benn jafe-jafe boobu rek léegi nag li nga wax li ngeen wax noonu dégg la ànd nañ ci ki ma dendee nii ci loolu la nekk jafe-jafe yooyu teel a sëy walbati ko jëkkër ji di ko dóor di ko toroxal ba mujj mu génn ne dafay ñëw ut lu mu am te mu ngi nii bii mu ngi nii amee xale bu ndaw léegi ñu jógee pour ne mu ngi war a ñëw liggéey amul lu muy liggéey lu muy ma def mooy nijaayam la doon wër gisu ko ne ci bunti géej gi di torox am ko fa gisee indi ko amee boobu mu ne lu tax kooku di teel a dem di guddee wàcc mu dellu ko génne kooku ne moom dafay wuti lekke doomam ji ndéewoom ak saabu ak yëppam loolu moo tax mu ñëw ci man tam ma yërëm ko man lopitaan la amee ma jox ko fi lal mu opposite man ci kër Ami Jóob fii léegi ñu toog nag ñeneen de foofu nekk foofu lu ñu am yàlla may ñu lekk ma di ko yërëm ko ak biir bi ak doom ji su ko yàlla yénni mu ne lu faraatu moom dana ñibbi seen dëkk yaayam wutal ko keneen ku mu war a sëy mu am jàmm ci loolu moo xew ñu ngi leen di sant nag ci seen jàppale bi ñu ngi leen di gërëm affaire tabaab bi nag liñ ci wax itam dëgg la de ñun gis nañ loolu man loolu laa liggéey gis naa ko di ko tabaab xale biir bu ko miinu suñ ko ci dugalee xale biir bi yàqu kenn xamul ne biir yi yàqu em man na 20 sax wala xale bu mag yàqu mat na 5 juddu dundul loolu yëpp tabaab bi la attanu gaz bi ngi gaz yi liñ ciy def moo bari li ñuy def ci banaana nañ ko ci def ak gaz yi essence bi moo tax borom moom mag muy mag mu falaat wëccu biir bi daw te loolu mënta ji xale bu le ci biir bi loolu moo leen isi problème li ngeen wax nii ci loolu dëgg la li ngeen wax ci affaire yi bi dëgg la nit ñi fekk nañ ko waaye ba tey problème yi ci ngeen wax noonu gis nañ ko ñaare ku wasin fekk yokkuñ ko niñ ko war a yokkee du mën a am doom afta loolu itam yenn yi da nga gis koo xam ne maa ngi koy rifaa dara taxuma rifaa ko lu du tëju bi mu tëju pour loolu da nga gis koo xam ne may nañ ko jëkkëram sëy ba demul ndig loolu mooy tax sëy yi di tas li ngeen wax noonu dëgg la li ngeen ci wax yëpp gis nañ ko salaamaaleykum maa ngi leen di gërëm maa ngi leen di sant ci seen liggéey bi ngeen nekk nii yàlla na ko yàlla yokk li Ami Jóob li mu wax noonu ñun wàllam moo ñu tax a toog fii Ami Jóob li mu wax noonu dégg la teel a sëy boobu moom la def moo tax mu dugg ci problème yu baree bari man mii ndeyam it loolu laa fekk loolu laa def moo tax man tam ma dugg ci problème yu baree bari moo ko waralal sëy na sëy yu baree bari benn jafe-jafe boobu rek léegi nag li nga wax li ngeen wax noonu dégg la ànd nañ ci ki ma dendee nii ci loolu la nekk jafe-jafe yooyu teel a sëy walbati ko jëkkër ji di ko dóor di ko toroxal ba mujj mu génn ne dafay ñëw ut lu mu am te mu ngi nii bii mu ngi nii amee xale bu ndaw léegi ñu jógee pour ne mu ngi war a ñëw liggéey amul lu muy liggéey lu muy ma def mooy nijaayam la doon wër gisu ko ne ci bunti géej gi di torox am ko fa gisee indi ko amee boobu mu ne lu tax kooku di teel a dem di guddee wàcc mu dellu ko génne kooku ne moom dafay wuti lekke doomam ji ndéewoom ak saabu ak yëppam loolu moo tax mu ñëw ci man tam ma yërëm ko man lopitaan la amee ma jox ko fi lal mu opposite man ci kër Ami Jóob fii léegi ñu toog nag ñeneen de foofu nekk foofu lu ñu am yàlla may ñu lekk ma di ko yërëm ko ak biir bi ak doom ji su ko yàlla yénni mu ne lu faraatu moom dana ñibbi seen dëkk yaayam wutal ko keneen ku mu war a sëy mu am jàmm ci loolu moo xew ñu ngi leen di sant nag ci seen jàppale bi ñu ngi leen di gërëm affaire tabaab bi nag liñ ci wax itam dëgg la de ñun gis nañ loolu man loolu laa liggéey gis naa ko di ko tabaab xale biir bu ko miinu suñ ko ci dugalee xale biir bi yàqu kenn xamul ne biir yi yàqu em man na 20 sax wala xale bu mag yàqu mat na 5 juddu dundu loolu yëpp tabax bi la attanu gaz bi ni gaz yi liñ ci def moo bari li ñuy def ci banaana nañ ko ci def ak gaz yi essence bi moo tax boromam mag buy mag mu falaat wëccu biir bi daw te loolu mënta ji xale bu le ci biir bi loolu moo leen isi problème li ngeen wax nii ci loolu dëgg la li ngeen wax ci affaire yi bi dëgg la li ñu fekk nañ ko waaye ba tey problème yi ci ngeen wax noonu gis nañ ko ñaare ku wasin fekk yokkuñ ko niñ ko war a yokkee du mën a am doom after loolu itam yenn yi da nga gis koo xam ne maa ngi koy rifaa dara taxuma rifaa ko lu du tëju bi mu tëju pour loolu da nga gis koo xam ne may nañ ko jëkkëram sëy ba demul ndig loolu mooy tax sëy ji di tas li ngeen wax noonu dëgg la li ngeen ci wax yëpp gis nañ ko
salminima Ami Diop nala tonko hono modi ma no fay e ma ɓe fof ɓe jam ko min heeɓi o probléme ɗo mi ari ɗo gila mi hewti ɗo nene ma no danki lan ko probléme mi heeɓi ko amin min e modi am men hawrani modi am ñande fof piyaylam eyi ɗum taki mi iwi tan min mi ara ga pappan okkilam paasi ɓe mi ara ga mi dara komi golla ga ha si mi heeɓi nduuɗi min mo mi hawta ko bawa min mi ari ga ɗaɓɓugol golle kono mi yawani heɓude golle wattu komi heɓata golle hari reedu am mawni modi an accirila reedu e o ɓiɗɗo ɗo mi fus mi hewtiga o bobo mi yahayno ɗo maayo wona ton ɗe goɗɗum koko fuuruji mi walayno e gila bimbi ha kikiɗe o bobo hara o ñawani jonnon bobo mo duuɓi ɗiɗi on ñallay ngal fof o ñamata joɗiɗo min kadi miɗo wondi reedu min kadi mi ñamata joni mi wonton ha debbo goɗɗo nam mi fotti ton o wiwo mi arko makko ga mi wona ga ha si mi heeɓi komi wona joni gila mi ari ga rek yimɓe ɓen haalanimo ɓe niwo min ko lawol ko ton mi heeɓi reedu ko sukaɓe worɓe ɓe reedi nilan ko ɗum taki o yaltinilan ko makko o wi joni mi iwa ton joni gila mi iwi ton mi ari ga ɗo mi ɗaɓɓi komi wona ha mi heɓali komi ɗaɓɓi golle o mi heɓata miɗo wondi e bobo miɗo wondi e reedu ɓenna ɓe ƴettata nene bobo e joni tawi mi ronki reedu an ɗum mawni mi wata golle ɗen mi ara ga miɗo ɗaɓɓa suudu rek mi tawi ga nene ma wilan aya mi ara mi wona ɗo ala probléme si ɓe yaali probléme an kay mi wonay ɗo min mi aw gila mi ari ɗo ɓe nangilan comme ça ni komi ɓiɗɗo maɓɓe no ɓe jaggiri ɓiɓɓe maɓɓe ɓe kono min kadi ɓe jaggiri min joni mi ari ga mi woni ga ha min joni mi lan faala ɗaɓɓude komi yeeya mi yaha mi ñawlo mbuuɗi mi dara simi heeɓi mbuuɗi mi dara simi heɓay komi yeeya ñande fof ñande mi yahay mi jinda ha mi tampa kamɓe tigi ɓe wilan joni ɓay ko ni mi wayi yomi jooɗo ga rek haysi mi yahali maayo min sagam mi ɗaɓɓay paasi e komi ñamay coñci banini mi yahay min e ɓiɗɗam fof min ala coñci min sagan nini mi ɗaɓɓay komi ñamata e ko ɓiɗɗam kono sabunde ni ñamete coñci ni e paasi fof min mi ɗaɓɓay seeɗa mi dara ɗo e lawol ngo ututude ɗo mi jibinde e jam si tawi woni mi heɓay paasi mi hawta ko baba ɗum ɗo fof ko nena waɗi o probléme ɗum ko nena andi o gorko min mi anda o ɓe yi mo ko hoore lawol ɓe anda yimɓe makko rek min ɓe ƴettilam ɓe okkimo ala ko baba haalani wi min mi yiɗa okkude o gorko nena wi okkata goɗɗo ko on ɗon gorko okkata joni baba hooti acci men rek hay nena humali ngal dewgal baban sa humani dewgal ngal ko bappa humi dewgal ngal joni yehi ha probléme on tiiɗi nena wi kamɓe ɓe bokkani tele ko kamɓe haali ɓe inni baban okkata landula ko ɗon si baban okkaylan baban kadi jaɓani joni ko kamɓe fof waɗi ɗum ɗo joni de kadi ha mi jibini o ɓiɗɗam ha ɓiɗɗam heeɓi hitande lebbi 9 ɓe wi mi enta ɓiɗɗam joni ɓe ƴetti ɓiɗɗam on ɓe naɓi ko maɓɓe ton yehi ha mi woni reedu rek ɓe accitilan e ɓiɗɗam on to masi tawi joni ɓiɗɗam o iwata takkon si kala ko mi yata ko mi bambay joni kamɓe ƴettunomo ha joni mi woni reedu joni mi wondi e reedu mi wondi e o bobo ha joni ni si kala komi fokkiti mi bambay mo joni hino ɓiɗɗam on tigi sina no nene ma wernirnolan ni mi ala komi wona eyi hay mi ala komi wona kono nene ma no wallila moƴƴa ami kala an kadi toromami jeeja on onon ton fi Allah eno laaɗi mi tawi woni hiɗo wayla wallitade mi heɓa seeɗa pour si mi jibini mi daɗi mi dandi e jam mi ndara no mi hotira ko ɗum mi faala wallito ɗon mi fi Allah e nelaɗo ko gonga ɗa wallude lan ami miɗa weltanima jarama albarka faala ɓeydolla wallude mi heɓa no mi warra mi heɓa no mi wona nene ma no kippilam moƴƴa mi wona ɗo ha si mi jibini ɓiɗɗam heɓi haysi ko lewru walla lebbi ɗiɗi min mo mi hota ko baba ko ɗum mi faala e tawi woni o wawi wallulla wallulla mi wona ɗo ha mi jiɓi min haysi tawi komi ɗaɓɓu komi yeeya mi ɗaɓɓay komi yeeya mi wona ɗo kono nini mi tampi moƴƴa gila mi ari ga to ari koko furuji mi walayno to
assalamu aleykum yéen fansi Ami maa ngi leen di nuyu maa ngi leen di gërëm man yaay Ami Jóob la léegi li mu wax ci affaire yi teel a sëy bi ngeen mi di wax nii yéen ñii ñëpp d'accord naa ci te sawar naa ci torop te loo xam naa ci lu leer loo xam ne duma ko laajte duma ko lijjanti ndax man hôpital laa xamee nit ñi di wasin ci man 58 years xam naa lu nekk ci loolu léegi nag teel a sëy bi liñ ci wax ci xale yi suñ xam bi man wàll goog laa ci xam wàll goog li ma ci xam mooy xale yi su diisee ba diis yenn yi def dee fit te dara du ko métti seen miir daanu te dara méttiwul yeneen yi itam su matu bi jotee su ko matu bi attaqué def dee fit te bon ci opéré lay mujj yeneen yi itam dana dee xat-xat yoo xam ne yax yi duñu randu bu mun a wasinee léegi nag il faut wasin bi daal ci opéré lay mujj léegi nag mu loolu coono la daal coono kese la li ngeen wax noonu ñun d'accord nañ ci léegi li nga koy gis ndànk ñu ngi koy gis te ñu ngi leen di sant ñu ngi leen di gërëm Ami Jóob mi may laaj li may laaj lu ma xam la hôpital laa amee depuis moom judduwul depuis tànk ku koy sàmm saaña maa ngi liggéey wasin moom dafa juddu fekk ma ci loolu li may laaj xam naa ci loolu teel a sëy bi itamit li may laaj loolu dund naa ko xam naa ko moom ci boppam dund na ko xam na ko teel a xale yi teel leen a may ñu sëy problème yi ci jur xam naa ko loolu lu ma xam lu leer la jëma ciy liggéey léegi maa ngi leen di sant maa ngi leen di gërëm ci jàppale bi yëpp ci wàllu Ami Jóob moo ma dee laaj ma waxal ko xam na ne xam naa ci dara baax na jërëjëf yéen jërëjëf
People, the sad part about this whole thing is that even though my mom said in the video that she knows all about the consequences of child marriage, she knows all the consequences of giving birth when your body is not matured enough, and that my mom has been helping women to deliver babies for so long, even before I was born. And she knows this because she took this from one of her aunties in the village, or either her mom. No, not her mom. My grandma, she said, was very emotional and cannot help a woman to give birth, something like this. But one of my grandma's sister, definitely, I'll ask her again in another video once, as we go along. I will keep asking her once in a while to try and do more videos with her. And hopefully I'm not going to be emotional like this, because she have to talk about what age I was when I got married and the numbers of time I got married and everything. She didn't mention all of that today in these videos that she did, but I didn't want to bring all of that now because I know it's hard for her to do these videos too. You can see it in her. The other two videos she did before, a few months ago, the other one is. And the other one is about a month ago. Those ones are even worse. I couldn't post it. She looked so nervous and uncomfortable. But people, the sad part about this whole thing is that even though she's been through it herself, she couldn't stop us. She knew it was wrong. She knew it's not enjoyable to be arranged married to an older guy and to even give birth. But she still go ahead and did it to us because no one was talking about it like this. People, I know there's some people now talking about FGM and child marriages, but we still need way more people to talk about it. And not just to talk about it, but to do something about it. Our governments are not going to do nothing about it. Even though in Gambia now they say child marriage is banned, it's happening all the time. As I'm talking to you right now, it's happening. The government, they're not gonna go deep inside the villages where it's normally happening to condemn them. Because they are men themselves. African government are dominated by men. And the men, they love child marriage. They love child marriages. It's pedophilia. Until they condemn it, it won't stop. But when we go and fight, all of us join hands together, all of the women, doesn't matter you've been through it or not, then they will condemn it properly. Then it's gonna end. People, like I said, it's not easy to talk like this. And why I don't talk about child marriages seriously is because I cannot talk about it seriously without crying. I can't. These things, the damages are beyond. The damage of growing up traumatized by child marriage is beyond whatever you think it is. And every person that have experience with child marriage, their experiences are different. Some people say that, why am I still talking about child marriage? They've been through it and they move on, or their mom been through it, or their sister got married at 14 or 13, whatever. People, our experiences are different. It's like FGM. People's experiences are different. People emotions and body and just who they're dealing with is different. Every victim of child marriage is dealing with different individual guys. And some children sadly even have been married to different guys at a young age, someone like me. Although I was very lucky that I have this clever mind of finding my way to get away with it, which I use in a lot of my videos to tell you guys. But still, no matter how much you try to get away with this man, you cannot get away with them. Sometimes, especially someone like me. No matter how much I try, I still couldn't get away with them totally. They're still gonna touch you. People, look at this girl who is 13 years old. Got married to a man who she doesn't love. And the sad part is she said her mom forced her to this. Her dad didn't even want her to go, but her mom forced her to it. And now when the man is beating her and she gives birth and the man is even beating her still and just be bad to her, cannot look after her. And I am sure it's because he gave birth to a daughter. That's why the man is worse. Because he said the man was never married, never have children, even though all his friends, all his mates have children that is older than her, she said. People, she said now that the mother abandoned her and tell her that this is your marriage, that has nothing to do with me, after she forced her to it. She said that when she give birth, she want to go and find her mom in Guinea, but she's worried even because she doesn't know if the mom will take her again. People, this my first victim of child marriage brought me so much memories. And she was in my house for days. My mom didn't even tell me. Probably she knows if she tell me I'm going to be so emotional and cry. She knows how much I feel about child marriage. That's why she was keeping her secretly. But everything come on time because I just registered with these people that I'm working with, called from Africa to fight child marriages, not knowing that I already have my first victim. We've been working on this for months, but the organization finally registered and published not long ago, not knowing that my first victim already sitting in the house. I explained how this girl ended up in my mom's house in the other video that I did, the live video that I did a few days ago, saying that my first child marriage victim is, you can go and look it up if you want. I don't have energy to explain how she ended up in my house. But people, there's a lot of millions of other victims all over the world, child marriage victims, sitting there. No one is going to save them. Everyone is telling them to shut up and bear it, and that's how it is. This is beyond pain. I'm going to try and talk in Wolof a little bit for some Senegalese viewers who don't understand Wolof. English. They know my mom part of the story is explaining, but they're not gonna know nothing else that I'm saying. And I don't want to just end this video without explaining a little bit in Wolof to send a message for them to send end child marriage. I do tell my mom to send a message. That's why she had to do this other video, this last video, which is why she have different scarf. I told her to explain the damage of child marriages, like she was explaining the damage of TABA and FGM. So I have to explain in Wolof why people should condemn this. But people, the damage of growing up traumatized by child marriage is beyond. I'm going to put the link below for my for our organization, for if you want to support this fight. But this video is nothing to do with supporting this fight. As much as I need help to be able to fight the way I want to fight child marriages. Especially when I go to Gambia this year after Christmas. But still, this video is not about support. This video is beyond supporting with money. This video is about anyone that is watching this video that have relative in Gambia and Senegal, to call them to condemn child marriages. Even though I know that's not enough. It's also to contact all the government people that you know that can take this child marriages serious and even start jailing people for marrying underage. To do that. This video is to tell people that child marriages is beyond, but everyone is neglecting it. I don't even know why. It's beyond whatever you think the pain is. This is why the country is the way it is. The number one reason why Africa cannot develop, we can never have good president, we can never develop, is the karma of children and women. And also the fact that we neglect them when it comes to education. And also the damage of polygamy that is done the wrong way. This is our problem, and I keep saying this the whole time. Nothing else. Until these things are tackled, we can never get anywhere in Africa. We're going to continue joking. Thank you for watching this video. Like I said, you can support our fight for child marriage if you want. You go on our website, www.callsfromafrica.org. I'll put the link below. But it's beyond going on that website. All these things I said is how I think we can tackle and end child marriages. When you donate to a charity, we can do things like this, like supporting this girl. You can hear her, she's asking for help in the video and thanking me for the little help that I give her. I don't have any money. Our charity is new. I've never been donated nothing yet for the charity so far. But I have to give my little tiny money. She needs food. She needs clothing. She needs some vitamins and stuff. She's having so much pain and just not well. She says she had this back pain when she was young. She fell down and her back is not well. So when she's pregnant, she says she always have constant back pain. She had that with the other child and she's just not well. She looked like, when I look at her in the video call yesterday, she looked like she needs some vitamins and stuff. Like, she's just not well. So she's been going to the hospital and she have to eat some meat and stuff. We all know how these things are expensive in Africa. She have to eat a lot of fruit and veg and some meat and just to try and recover. So she's going to stay in my house in Gambia until she gives birth. And then when the baby is like 1 or 2 months old, she said then she want to go back to her mom in Guinea if her mom will take her back. But if her mom is going to try to force her to go back to the marriage, then she have to come back to Gambia and come back to us until she can find out what to do with her life. So that's the situation right now. But yeah, I don't want to mention her name, but this child is so young. She was 13 when she got married, and now she's still not even 18 years old, and she's already pregnant with the second child. And the first child is barely 2 years even. Thank you for watching, people. I'm going to try to see if I can talk in Wolof, but I don't think I'm going to have the energy to talk in Wolof anymore. I just don't know how I feel. I'll see. Maybe I'll drink some water and see if I have energy to talk in Wolof. If not, I'll just send this video and I'll try to do the Wolof one. another day when I have energy. And I think I should do it like that because I have too much emotion today, you know, to talk in Wolof. So for some of you that don't know what I'm saying, this video is English. I'm sorry. I'll come back and I'll do a Wolof version. This Wolof version, I'll just put my mom Wolof. I'm not even gonna be bothered maybe putting the fuller side of the girl. I'll just put my mom Wolof version and I'll just respond to it. Hopefully I'll calm more and then we can have less emotions video. And I'm just gonna talk deeply and properly, you know, in Wolof for us to all to fight and condemn child marriage. But yeah, I don't have energy to talk in Wolof today because I'm too emotional and I don't want to continue talking in Wolof. I don't want to continue crying and I don't have any energy for Wolof today. So, in this particular topic, people. So yeah, I just don't even have any energy for any video today. But I'm gonna see you guys again soon. Maybe I'll do the Wolof version tomorrow or so. Or I'll wait for a couple of days till I have energy for it because I don't want to continue getting emotional tomorrow again. So yeah, I don't think I will be able to talk about child marriage properly like this, especially with my mom involved like this for the first time without me crying. So I don't know if I'll be able to do it tomorrow because I don't want to do it tomorrow with emotions again. I don't want you guys feeling emotional, you know, watching me. So I'm just gonna do normal videos, you know, that we can joke and laugh maybe tomorrow or so. And then I'll come back to this video again to do the Wolof version. Okay, people, thank you for watching. And yeah, I appreciate you all. And this journey is something that I have to continue fighting as much as it's gonna come with a lot of emotions. I'm gonna learn how to talk about it without the emotions. And hopefully my mom will continue. Now she says she's joining the fight. I hope she's gonna continue with me to be there to guide me and to be there to confirm this to other women like her so they can stop it, to other young mothers, especially people in the village, especially my mom village. People, this fight is very sad and hard. People in the villages, they don't even want to hear it. As you can hear it from my mom saying that when I first talking about it, she was thinking I'm disrespectful for the adults, for the culture, and for the elders to try to condemn this, because this is what we know. So imagine in the village it's even worse. But I pray that God will give me the energy and the power and the courage to continue fighting this and get into the villages and make them understand the damage of this. This evidence that this little girl did is very good too. Things like this, you play it for people so they know, they hear it from the horse's mouth. The damage of this. I was very lucky. I didn't give birth when I got married very young. I didn't. But I still give birth as a teenager or young adult because I have my son when I was 20, my first child who is in Gambia. So when I was 18, I got pregnant for him, which is still very young. But this girl got pregnant at 13. It's even worse. Some people getting pregnant at worse younger age than this, by the way. Anyway, people, I just have to let you go. Thank you for watching, and I'm going to see you guys again soon. Sorry if you're feeling emotional for this video, but yeah, don't worry about me. I'm going to be fine. I'm used to this. I've been like this all these years. So I'm used to this. I'm going to be fine. I will just get over it and get on with my day today. But yeah, see you guys again soon. Thank you for watching. Bye. Take care.